In your experience, and you have an amazing amount of experience, years, and contribution in the industry and in your community, what is a significant learning that you've had as a result of a painful misstep?
I just had recently, and it is still very fresh. It is turning. Okay, first of all, I turned something over to my estimator, and I really didn't read the specifications because I was just assuming that all this was going to be done. And the specs called for a specific task, which brought the project up. I mean, like probably 4 times the price that we went in with it. So, so lessons learned. Read the specification, documentation, go walk the site. Don't just someone come up, hey, Demetria, I got a project for you. Oh, it's just a repaint. No, it was not that. Man, it was 25 feet under the ground. It was hard labor. I mean, it was very hard labor. So, it wasn't bid correctly. It didn't have enough man hours on the job. I had to fill in and do a lot of the work myself because I didn't budget for 4 or 5 people to be on that project. You know what I mean? So that was that was huge, but it made my butt look, because when you're dealing with these project engineers and these kids that's coming, I'm going to say young folks that's coming out of school, you got to kind of be on their level with some things. You have to know, my means and methods are my means and methods, because I learned too, you can't tell me how to do my job, right? Mm-hmm. So it was just it was just crazy. It was one of the craziest projects. And it was one of those ones that you had to do because you could not lose your face on it, because one is for a major entity. Yep. Okay. It's for a major GC. And at that point, I really didn't care about the GC. It was the owner that I wanted to prove that I could do the work for, right? Yeah. It was that owner side. But yeah, that was really hard. Not knowing the cost. I mean, it was everything that's in project management. I felt horribly at it.
Ain't that the thing though, right? When you go and we make those big giant leaps and just bonehead mistakes, and then you're like, man, everything I tell people to do, I didn't do. Everything I know to do, I didn't do.
Yeah, I did. But we as owners though, we have to take ownership and know what's going on in our business though. You assume that someone is going to be accountable and take on that responsibility, because guess what? The person that bid the work, he's not even with me anymore. He went MIA and I haven't heard from him since.
Oh, yeah, so he ain't got no skin in it.
None whatsoever. He didn't, but it's all good. We finished it strong. There's a second phase to this project, and we'll be ready.
Woo! And this time you can account for all the labor. I mean, you simple thing, right? You mentioned it was 25 foot underground.
Oh my God!
The time to travel there, that's labor.
Yeah, the crane, everything had to be boomed down with crane. I mean, it was crazy. Oh my God, it was insane. I have had my husband had to come help me on the project, and he was like, "What the hell have you gotten yourself into?
What are you doing, Demetria?" Well, and that's also the funny thing. It's like, nobody got me into this. I did this all by myself.
Right. I got to get myself out of this mess, but I did.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I love it. Okay. Well, I know you're fixing to get back into class